Hey, welcome back. So today I wanted to do a hopefully quick review on the first 4 episodes of The Mandalorian so far. I have been watching and loving this season. I'm planning on doing a second video with my opinion on the last 4 episodes of season 2 once the series is finally over. But for right now, let's just get into the video and talk a little bit about The Mandalorian. So first, I wanted to talk a little bit about season 1 and what I really liked about it and what I thought about it. I'm gonna try to leave little time marks on the description down below where it says when I talk about each episode, just in case you guys wanna just skip something. So a quick recap on season 1. I really loved it. The Mandalorian really turned into one of my favorite series in the world, basically, or of all times, and it really kind of opened the floodgates for me to enjoy more Star Wars related stuff. I started to really look into other Star Wars series like Rebels and the Clone Wars, and I went back to watching the original movies and stuff like that. So I think The Mandalorian did that for a lot of people. It opened up the gates to the Star Wars fandom, and that's really great because I feel like The Mandalorian, even if you don't like Star Wars or you're really into Star Wars, it's still something that you can enjoy by itself. I know now they're kind of joining stuff from other series and other canon stuff within the Star Wars canon. But even if you're not really into Star Wars that much, you can still enjoy The Mandalorian for what it is and by itself. Okay, so now let's talk about season 2 a little bit. For episode 1, I think that's the least favorite episode for me, at least. I think it was a really good reintroduction to the series. You've been without The Mandalorian for a whole year basically since season 1 ended, but season 2 episode 1 kind of brought us back into what The Mandalorian is. It eased us into it a little bit, but it's still keeping it kind of low. There wasn't that much expectation, at least for me, for this episode to be really grand or anything, but it was a good reintroduction to the series. I do have a couple of questions about this episode though, and I think it's just about the Jawas in general. It's are the Jawas just native to the desert, or are they everywhere basically, just kind of roaming around looking for random shit in the desert, and that's the reason why they were able to find Cov Band just laying in the desert almost dying? Is that why? It's just because they're constantly just roaming around the desert? Now for episode 2, which is literally one of my favorite episodes so far in this series, I gotta say it's one of the funniest episodes. I don't even think there was an episode as funny during season 1 as episode 2 has been. It's so fun to watch the child just kind of show its personality, and we kind of see that he is basically a baby, even though he's 50 years old technically in his species years. It's just so fun. It's fun that we're able to see so much of his personality and how he's doing around Mando, and Mando being such a dad to him, and I like how they're developing his personality as well, and I just love him so much. I was screaming at this the whole time watching this episode because it was just so much. Also, I want a pop of the Frog Lady. The Frog Lady was a champion on this episode. I love the Frog Lady so much. Now, episode 3 was very interesting for sure, since we started to see the merge of different canons from Star Wars. Now, I gotta say, I didn't know who Bo-Katan was until after I finished watching the episode and I searched up basically everything about her. I know that she's from Clone Wars and from Rebels as well. I'm really liking how they're merging other Star Wars canon into The Mandalorian, and they're making it just bigger than what it is while still keeping it just about Mando and the child. I think I think it gives new openings to new shows and that's really cool. Some notes about the episode: the scene where the frog lady and her husband meet, finally after her coming from the other planet, is so cute. They're like running to each other and like hugging and embracing. It's so like just adorable, but makes me wonder if he like they notice that the baby had ate the eggs at the end, or did they just not care because they knew, or like did they notice? Did Mando ever said anything? Like, because that's murder, so I don't know. I just need to know about that. For this episode as well, something that I found interesting was how deep you can see like the loyalty for the Empire is, even though technically the Empire is like done and over with. You can see how deep the loyalty is when that the guy that's going on the ship or whatever, it's like long live the Empire, and he like shoots the poor fucking pilots, and he like tries to like dive the ship into the ocean. It's interesting because over like history, people like that have existed where they've died for a cause for that had no reason, honestly. And I just think it's really interesting how it reflects on the real world, kind of. So I like that. Episode 4 was an interesting one. We got to see a lot of stuff that I'm pretty sure is gonna be very important in the future. I like being back with the old crew. I definitely love like their dynamic, all three of them. I enjoyed their dynamic so much, and I like how when you're like going into the school and in the background you can see like a little statue of IG-11. It's just that made me like feel so nice on the inside that they would like recognize him or whatever in the show. Like, it's so cute. Whenever they were in the clone, like where they found the clones or whatever, I think they were implying that, like, at least from what I thought that I understood, was that those are like clones of Snoke because they had like a big like scar going across their face, which makes me think, like, are they taking normal people and like injecting them with the midichlorians, which is what I'm guessing the amp count it was referring to. Like, is that what they're doing? They're taking like random, like, I'm guessing stormtroopers, I guess, and injecting them with the midichlorian. Is that how that works? And if so, does that mean that Snoke was just a random, like, I guess, baby or a random person that got injected with the midichlorians and was being controlled by the Emperor Palpatine? Is that what's happening? Is that... Someone correct me in the comments, please. I am not I am not a Star Wars, like, geek. I just recently got reintroduced to Star Wars, I guess you could say, because I had watched the original trilogy, but I never, like, got really into Star Wars like that, so I'm still learning, so please don't kill me. The scene where Mando saves everyone with the race request was freaking amazing. That was one of the best scenes in the show. Like, him, like, going up all the way and then bomb diving back with the race request was, like, it gave me chills. I literally, like, lost my breath watching that scene, and then watching the baby just going like, ah, like in the back was so cute. Him picking the little macaroons was just so funny. Which, by the way, didn't you know, like, you can buy those macaroons online? They're like $46, but like, I kind of want to taste them. Alright, so that's all of my thoughts on the first 4 episodes of The Mandalorian so far. I am really excited to see where the rest of the season takes us. I have already watched episode 5, but I will not be doing another video until the whole season ends, and that's gonna be, I think the season ends on December 18th. So on December 18th, there's gonna be another video here on this channel talking about all the crazy stuff that has been happening on The Mandalorian, because episode 5 was such a good episode and I kind of want to talk about it, but I'm gonna wait until the end of the season to talk about it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know all your thoughts and opinions on The Mandalorian season 2 so far. I would really love to have a discussion with you guys and for you guys to, you know, educate me on all things Star Wars. I will see you guys on the next video. Please take care and I love you guys. Bye bye.